Hello, everyone. This is Dare to Speak, and in this video, I'm going to talk about my personal experience, my very disturbing personal experience with a brainwashing Christian cult. This started when I was in my early 20s. So this was about 22 years ago or 23 years ago, something like that. This friend of mine invited me to see this new group of Christians that she was raving about. She was dating one of them who was going to UWM, uh, University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And when I actually went to go meet them, we're at the campus, and everything was nice. There were nice people and stuff like that. But there was just something off about them. They started to spread out in different groups because this group was large, and they split into different groups. And I was in one of them, and they were reading passages from the Bible, talking about that. Everything seemed normal at first. After a while, their behavior was off-putting, saying that I need to be like Christ. It says in the passage, one of the scriptures, on how some of the people chose Jesus, they followed Jesus, and not listened to their families. And they somehow formed it in a way of saying, if your family doesn't support you, then you shouldn't associate with them anymore. It's like saying we're your family or something like that, even though they never said it like that. They would chant, they would sing in unison, and they were very strange. And everything that I talked about concerning the Old Testament, King Solomon, and sorcery, and about things like that, or whatever that he did, they would contradict it and say that it's evil. This is evil. Being a liberal, type-minded person is evil. And it got to the point where even in the second group, and second time I went to go see them, which I was a mistake on my part. That's when I decided not to even associate with them anymore. Somehow, I guess through my friend, because I don't remember giving them my phone number, but they would constantly call me every now and then, frequently, to know what I was up to. And I said, I'm okay. I don't really care to come by anymore or whatever. I mean, everything's fine, but I don't need to. I'll just worship God my own way. And they would still try to convince me to go with them. And they would keep tabs on me, knowing where I was going, knowing the names of my friends, how often I go to see them. Very disturbing. So I politely just said, okay, I'm busy. I have to go. So I'll talk to you later. And I would just hang up the phone. My friend gave them all the information about me. And then as I was going to my friend's house, they would call my phone, the phone number of my friend, to ask for me. And that was very disturbing. And also, one time when I was in a shopping mall in the downtown area, they came up to me out of nowhere. And they say, hey, how's it going? And this and that. Fine, everything's okay. I was just coming from a job interview. Oh, really? Where? Payless Shoe Source. They wrote it down. And it was even more disturbing than I thought. Sorry. And the thing that got to me the most was this. Just the simple fact that they actually wanted to know when I came out of that job interview, what time, and if I did get hired, from what hours I would work. And they would write all this down. I'm like, you don't need to write that down. What are you doing? Well, that's okay. We just need to know this. And of course, I was a little naive as far as like putting my foot down. But I felt that vibe of intrusive type of feeling. And I felt that vibe of control. They were stalking me. They were basically stalking me. And that was fucking creepy. And every friend that I had, which wasn't very many, had about maybe 5 or 6, during that time, whenever I would go over to their house, they would call. They knew I was trying to avoid them. They would call the phone number of my friends. And how the fuck did they even get the number? It's because they called my house. My mom didn't know anything about them. And she gave them the phone number. And even at one time, my sister did too. She was younger than me, and she was kind of little. She didn't know anything about it either. They have ways of persuading people into doing things, and you feel trapped. I felt trapped. It was scary. And then my friend, one time when I went over to his house, they called my house. They called his house. And then they were asking, hey, how's it going? We haven't talked to you in a while. Why aren't you coming by to another Bible meeting? And that's when it got way too disturbing. Like I was being stalked, I was being monitored, and it was just so fucking uncomfortable. And then my friend grabbed the phone and he says, hey, I'm sorry, man, but he's busy, okay? We'll talk to you some other time. Bye. Dude, you know what's going on? You're getting involved in a fucking cult, dude. And then that pretty much like shook me out of it. Because I was a little bit of a pushover at that time, but unless you know what it's like, it's very disturbing. My friend saved me, thank goodness, in a sense. I give him a lot of credit. But to all of you, just to let you know, people like this, the body of Christ, which was the name of their group. I mean, there's people like that are very creepy. They have no right to stalk you, like the way they stalked me and tried to control me. And what I noticed is there's a lot of people out there that are a lot more subtle than them, in order to actually entice you, to brainwash you, to get you hook, line, and sinker. And this is a warning to all of you, and this is one of the reasons why I became an agnostic. I fear that one day it might get worse because they're coming out with new strategies. Organized religion is evil. There's just something about it that's way too damn disturbing. Now, this happened a long time ago. I haven't met any other groups like that anymore, but I know they're still out there. So, to all of you, take care. If you have any questions, or comments you want to post, just let me know. If you even have an experience of that, just let me know. So, again, take care to all of you. I just wanted to get this off my chest because it was really, really disturbing. So fucking scary, and I just don't trust organized religion, and the whole concept of God is just way too fucked up. To me, it's just evil. Take care.